Myself, Dr. Avinash Trivedi, Professor in Department of Computer Science and Engineering, JIMS, Greater Noida. Today we are going to discuss one basic topic of Java programming, that is packages. Why there is a package in Java and how we require anything or package. A package, as the name suggests, is a pack or group of classes, interfaces, and other packages. In Java, we use packages to organize our classes and interfaces. So, when we talk about package, it means we are talking about collecting similar type of things in one group. Like if we are having a flat of 4 rooms, then based upon the articles or goods, we keep those groups at some specific point. Like in Almira also, when we are keeping our books, then we arrange books or we keep books based upon its type. If similar types are to keep, then we keep those similar kind of things at one place. Similarly, in Java also, when you are having same type of classes or interfaces, then you try to collect all these things and bundle them to one specific group, and the name which you give to that is package. So we have two type of packages in Java. One is built-in package and second one is your user defined package. So if we say Java learning, it means learning of different packages. By default, one predefined package is important for each and every Java program, that is java.lang package. So whenever we develop any Java program, it may contain many number of user-defined classes and user-defined interfaces. Classes and interfaces we understand and we will discuss in some other topic. Classes means in any application you try to create many classes, many interfaces, and those related classes and interfaces you want to keep at one place by giving you a specific package name. If you are not mentioning any package name, then by default no name package get created, and Java handle the situation by its own. In Java we have two type of packages: predefined, built-in, or user defined packages. We are going to discuss on that. So in Java we have several built-in packages. For example, when we need user input, we import a package like this. Like if a user wants to take some value, means programmer write a program in which user input is required. So to receive user input, there is one class, that is scanner class. So scanner class is present in java.util package. So Java is a package, it has a package that is util, and in util package there is one class scanner. So scanner, when we import scanner class, then we are able to access value from the user. So in this program, what is happening? Excuse me. In this program, uh, get user input. The first line says that we are importing java.util.scanner. So Java is a main package, util is a sub package, and third one scanner is written in capital. So that one is class 1. So after first line you are importing a class, that is scanner class, and using scanner class you get methods. Using that we can receive any value from the input. So there are three variable: number, float, and a string. And to receive data from user, first of all, you create object of scanner class. So in the line scanner in equal new scanner system.in. System.in is used. System is a final class, and in is a variable. So system.in variable is used to receive data from keyboard. So after creating a scanner class object, you are passing system.in, and now in is ready to receive any data. So to receive any string, how we write? We write in dot next line. So this will receive one string from the user, and that will be stored in str variable. Similarly, to receive any integer, we use next int method, and it will be stored in num variable. Similarly, we can receive float using next float function. So we can receive any kind of variable using scanner class, and we have seen that we can use any package or class in any program. So advantages of using packages in Java. So what is profit of using package? We can reuse, means in one place you are writing something that you can use at various places. So reusability is very high. Better organization. Organization mean you are managing thing in a proper manner. Same similar kind of things you are keeping at one place. So whenever you want to use that, you can use only similar type of package or packages. And name conflicts. Suppose uh, you want to give same names, same class names to many, means more than one classes, then it is not possible to keep all the classes same name in a same package, but you can do it with the name of different packages. Like if you are interested to give ABC class name to two classes, and if you want to keep all two classes in one package, it is not possible. But if you want to keep your ABC class in package 1, ABC class in package 2, this is possible. So reusability is very high, better organization is there, and you can save yourself from name conflicts. And predefined packages. So in predefined packages are those which are developed by Sun Microsystems and supplied as a part of JDK. When you download JDK, it has its built-in function, means packages that you can use in writing any program or application. And very famous, a very useful package, that is java.lang package, that is used in most of the cases. Similarly, there is java.sql package that is used for JDBC programming when you are related with JDK. And for simple applications, you are using Java package, and for advanced packages, you give name Java X. So user defined packages are there when user or programmer develops packages, and second one is built-in packages. And Java has many built-in packages, like for input output operations there is java.io. For variable and other data conversion there is java.lang. And the util package contains utility operations. So basically there are 9 packages in Java. Java.lang package is used for achieving the language functionality, such as conversion of data from string to fundamental data, displaying the result onto the console, obtaining the garbage collector, and some other uses of these packages. Similarly, if you want to do window programming, then you import AWT package. When you want to develop applet application, you use java.applet package. When you are interested in network programming using Java, then you use java.net. And util packages, when you are interested to use various methods and activities related to find something, like you are interested to get date of system and so many things, you use java.util. Then there is java.text package. This package is used for formatting date and time on day-to-day business operations. Java.lang.reflect is a sub package of lang package. This package is basically used to study runtime information about the class or interface. And as we discussed, java.sql is related to databases. So how do we define user defined package? The syntax is you write package, then pack1 dot pack2 dot pack3 dot so on. So pack1 represent the upper package, pack2 to package, and it is sub packages. So in an first line should be the package line, in which the first will show the main package and rest will be sub packages. Like in this writing, what we say, package p1 is the first statement, and if write package p1 dot p2, it's a second statement. And if if things are written in this manner and both the lines are correct, and these are known as package statements. And whenever we create user defined package statement as a part of Java program, we must use package statement as a first executable statement. And it is mandatory to write package statement means as first or second statement. No name package. When you are not mentioning any package name, then by default your Java gives no name package at its own. So JVM will take care of this. Steps for developing a package. So in this case, you write means you develop your application, you write package and then package name, and appropriate class name or interface name you mention. You mention constructor, and your class must be a public class. The modifier to the method of class name or interface name must be public, and at any point of time we should place either a class or an interface in a package and give the file name as class name or interface name with extension .java. So wherever you are interested to keep design a package, and the file name you must write with extension .java, whether that is a class or interface. In this program, first line we are writing package pack, and in second line we are creating a class. Its name is calculator. It has one method, and that method is adding two values and returning values. And in second method, that is a main method, and in main method you are creating an object of calculator class, and in using this object you are calling add method. So in this program you are creating one in your class there are two methods, and all two methods you are keeping in one package. So how do we save this? We save this file as the class name, that is calculator.java. And how do we compile it? Open command prompt, then we write compilation means At command prompt we write javac space -d space dot space calculator dot java. So this will create a directory pack at the specified location, and its class file will be created there. And to run the program, how do you write after the compilations? How do you write your program? You at command prompt you write java, then space, then the pack name and class name, then you will get the answer. Similarly, in this case also, you are writing code for package tp, and in program you are means writing abstract function as well as concrete function. Syntax we discussed, like we create directory, and to run we mention package name dot java name, means class file name. So how do we use package? We can create package while writing first statement package. Similarly, to use package in any program, you write import, then package name, and it can contains interfaces as well as classes. Important package, like import package. In syntax 1, if we have written import pack 1 pack dot pack 2 pack and dot asterisk, so we need to clarify each and every statement one by one. Suppose there is written p1 dot asterisk, then what is meaning of this? It means when we are writing or importing things like this, then when statement 1 is executing, we can import or we can access all the classes and interfacing of packages p1 only, but not its sub packages p2 and p3 classes and interfaces. So if we write p1 dot asterisk, it means it will add all the classes and all the interfaces present in p1 pack, but not of p2 and p3 sub packages. And in second line, when you writing p1 dot p2 dot asterisk, it means you are able to access only classes and interfaces of p2 package, not of p1, not of p3. Similarly, in the third statement, when you are writing p1 dot p2 dot p3 dot asterisk, it means you will only be able to access classes or interfaces of package or sub package p3, not of p1 and p2. And if you are writing in this manner, like p1 dot c1, c1 is a class name, then you will only be able to access c1 class of p1 package. No other interface or class you will be able to access. Similarly, in line p1 dot p2 dot c3, that is line 5, you are only able to access class c3. So in this case, we are importing test class contained in tp package that you can call and you can use it directly. And if you are at the compile time you are getting any compilation error, then first we need to set class. So the syntax is set class path equal percentage side class path percentage, and colon dot semicolon dot semicolon. So it will mention the correct path and you will be able to get packages address. So in continuation of this program, you can access any package, and sometimes while running or while calling packages from user defined end, you get some class path error, but it is not very serious issue. We can set class path and we are able to use user defined packages. So thank you very much. Java programming learning is simply meanings you are learning how to use different packages, and there are two type of packages in Java. One is built-in package that comes with JDK, and user can also develop its own user defined package for any other development, and you can classify your similar kind of work in one package and use it whenever it is required. Thank you very much.